Hello students, now in this video lecture we will study and discuss about the last element of the directing, that is communication. Apart from the communication, means apart from studying the concept of the communication, we will study in the details of the elements of the communication process. So we will start with the definition or the concept of the communication. As you can see, the word communication has been derived from the Latin word communis, which means common, which consequently implies common understanding between two people. So, communication is a process by which people create and share information with one another in order to reach a common understanding. Okay. Or communication can be defined as a process of exchange of ideas, facts, feelings, etc. between or among two or more people to create common or mutual understanding. It can be exchange of ideas, views, message, information or instruction between two or more people, two or more person by different means. The common forms or the method of transmission of message are, it can be done by speaking, by writing, by diagrammatic or pictorial presentation, or by graphical representation, or by showing the gesture. The communication is a two-way process, and it begins with sender and ends when the feedback comes from receiver to sender. So, minimum two parties are involved in the process of communication, the sender and the receiver. This we will discuss in the elements of the communication process. The communication process begins when the sender thinks of an idea or message to be conveyed to the other person. So, we will discuss the communication process in detail. As you can see in the picture, and you can consult with the diagram given in the NCERT book. It starts with the sender, then comes the message. Message is encoded via media or via any channel. It is transferred to the receiver. Then it is decoded by the receiver, and once the receiver get the message, then feedback is given back by the receiver to the sender, and in between there is a possibility of noise, disturbance in the whole communication process, which may hamper the objective or the aim of the communication that is taking place. The first element of the communication process is sender. Sender means the person who conveys his thoughts or ideas to the receiver. The sender represents source of communication, means the communication starts from sender itself. A sender may be a manager, a speaker, a client, a writer, or an actor who is sending his thoughts or ideas to somebody else. Now comes the message. Message is the content of ideas, feelings, suggestion, order, etc. intended to be communicated from sender to the receiver. Clear? In this step, the sender translates the message into words, symbols, gestures, drawing, etc., which he feels will make the receiver understand the message. So, encoding is the process of converting the message into communication symbols such as words, pictures, gestures, etc. And we also know that receiver cannot read the mind of the sender, or sender also cannot read the mind of the senders. The media. Media is the path or the channel through which encoded message is transmitted to receiver. The channel may be in the written form, or communicating face to face, or contacting over phone, or via internet. This is the means, or you can say, through which encoded message has to be transmitted to receiver. The next one is decoding. Decoding is the process of converting encoded symbols of the sender into a simple language or simple message for easy understanding the message. Clear? Or we can say that it is the process of translating the encoded message into language understandable by the receiver, and receiver is the person who receives the communication of the sender. As already we have discussed that communication is a two-way process, so now it is the job or it is the duty of the receiver to communicate with the sender by giving him or her the feedback. So feedback includes all those action of receiver indicating that he has received and understood message of the sender. It is an important element of communication process, as when the feedback information received by the communicator, only then the process of communication is considered to be completed. Clear? And the last one is noise. Noise means obstruction or hindrance to communication. This hindrance may be caused to sender, to message, or to the receiver. It can occur at any stage in the process of communication. Noise reduces the accuracy of communication. Some example of noise are ambiguous symbol that led to faulty encoding. It means you want to say something and you are using symbols that is of different meaning. A poor telephonic connection, if there is proper network is not there, then many times we don't hear what the other person is saying. An inattentive receiver, even there is no obstruction in the medium, but if receiver is not attentive, if he is not paying any attention to what is he or she is being told, then it may create noise. Faulty decoding means receiver is unable to decode the correct message. Prejudice, obstructing the poor understanding of the message. Prejudice means already you have got certain conception, or you can say misconception about the receiver. So even if the receiver is sender is telling something good, the receiver will receive the message in a wrong sense. Last one, gesture and postures that may distort message. Means you are saying something else and your hand gesture or body posture is just opposite to the message. So these are the few examples of noise which hampers the whole communication process. Now the element of the communication process is over. Hope you have understood the things that I have discussed or I have explained just now. In our second video, we will look into the types of the communication channel or communication network, that is formal and informal communication. Till then, go through the video once again, make the necessary notes, underline in your NCERT book, and do the question answers given in the book as well as the question answers that are given to you as an attachment. Thank you.